To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. Somebody asked me the other day, isn't it overwhelming having to do so much work around here? And they were talking about the splitting of the firewood with a maul. Of course, we have the manual log splitter. Carolyn uses that a lot. I don't know if you can see it over there. I don't see it as overwhelming because I take it in small bites. I think if you have to do it in a weekend or in a couple weekends and you got to get it done, you're cutting and you're splitting and you're cutting and you're splitting, I think that's overwhelming. But the way we do it, I'll go get a truckload somewhere one day. Next day I dump it off onto the ground here. Next day I might cut some of the logs to a size so they fit. The next day I might split 3 or 4 logs, stack them up. I just don't work at it overwhelmingly hard, so I don't wear myself out. I'm 50 years old. I'm not an old man, but I'm getting where, you know, I got to watch what I'm doing and all that. I don't want to overexert myself, especially in the heat. I mean, I constantly sweat as it is, so you got to be careful. And so no, I don't work that hard at it, and before you know it, you got a cord of wood. All summer long last year, I worked at it and I got 8 cords in one summer. And I really don't feel like I worked that hard at it. And last year, I had to drag a lot of that up here with this little hand wagon, because that's all we had last year. Got another comment, John Deere lawnmower and a generator. I don't think so. Well, of course, I know what he means. He means he doesn't think I'm living off grid. Well, I can guarantee you that I'm more off grid than these guys. I've seen videos of guys who complain about me not living off grid because still got the generator, or I'm not a million miles away from everybody on top of a mountain all isolated. I've said this before, it's not reasonable to think that you can actually do that. If you're having to produce all your food, all your electric, all your needs, everything, you'd be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just not feasible. My definition of off-grid is I'm not connected to the power company, the water company, the sewer company. I'm not paying bills. Yeah, I still buy gas, but here's the thing. I don't have to. Last year, I didn't have the John Deere. My initial cut of this thing is I used a sling blade and I cut the whole yard. I don't have to have the generator. Generator just makes it easier and faster. I can run my well pump off the solar panel. It's just more effort. I got to stop on cloudy days. I think people just try to find holes. Like I said, I've seen people complain about me. And here's the thing. You can always tell that the reason they're complaining is because they have no idea how to do it and don't even want to learn how to do it. They're just jealous. I mean, the comment specifically, got a John Deere lawnmower. Well, as soon as somebody says that, you know they're jealous. They can't even afford a John Deere. So instead of just saying a lawnmower, because I got a cheap lawnmower, I mean, it's the cheapest one in the store. So it's not that fancy. The only reason I did it is because I can find parts easy and they're easy to repair. Everybody knows how to repair them. That's the only reason I got it. Be careful allowing people to judge you when you live in your dream. Your dream is your dream. However you define it is however you define it. If they want to define it to a criteria that's impossible, that way they can say, oh, you're not living off grid. That makes them feel better. They can't accomplish it, but neither have you because I say so. I don't know what gives these people the authority to think they know everything. They don't know anything. They don't know how to get out of the bed in the morning. They don't know how to function throughout the day, but they do know how to criticize, and they're really good at it. Got some good news today. I got this app, it's called Free Stuff, and it monitors different free things like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And occasionally you'll get somebody to say, hey, I got free firewood. And that's how we found this stuff. It was 12 miles away right here. And we got all that. It was a truckload, so that's 1/3 of a cord. So 3 truckloads is 1 cord. The activity has really been picking up with the firewood. I actually missed one. They had some driftwood. I wish I saw that one, but that was a week ago. So I don't know how it works on Facebook Marketplace, but whatever triggers the app, and I monitor that app all day. I get notifications of stuff all day long. This lady sent out a message today on the Free Stuff or Facebook Marketplace that she has a load of firewood. The picture looks okay. I mean, it's hard to judge in the picture how much there is. It doesn't look like a lot, but sometimes you'll go up there and you think, okay, I need the wagon, and I need a maul, and I need the chainsaw, and I need all this stuff, and it's not even a truckload, and it's a completely useless trip. Other times you think, oh boy, that's just a small truckload. I should be able to run up there and get it, and then you don't take anything with you, and before you know it, you got rounds as big as a tractor wheel. So I'm going to take the chainsaw, the maul and gas for the chainsaw, the oil, all that stuff. Okay, so we made it over here, and I tell you, the pictures are always very deceiving. These things are huge. I mean, look at this. It takes up my entire arm, and right there. So you never get a good scale of this. So I'm glad I brought my chainsaw and my maul. Now, the nice thing about this is it's on a hill. So I was able to back the tailgate up to the hill, and then I can roll a lot of these off onto the truck. She said she'd save some of it for us if we can't get it all in one load. So we got a full truckload, and there's still a ton left. She came out and was talking to me, so I didn't get to record how much is left. I would imagine at least another truckload, maybe a little more. She said she'll save it for me, so I'm gonna come back in the morning and get some more. Okay, so we made it home, and I'm gonna put it right here. This is a little path that we have to get down to the lower section, but I also have a path on the other side that I recently developed, so I'm not so worried about filling this up, but I just need to get this unloaded so I can go back tomorrow and get some more. I just don't want to have the truck filled up tomorrow, so I'm just going to kind of dump it off right here, and then I can deal with it later. Even if I have to split it over here, I can take the lawnmower with the wagon and I can bring it over to the other side. I can't really get the truck down into the other side over here without blocking everything and blocking the lawnmower, so. Okay, I got the truck unloaded, got the big pile over here. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have thrown the little twigs, the little smaller limbs over to the spot where I need to stack. I didn't think of that until almost the end. So that's just more work, double handling. So it sure was a lot more than I expected. I tell you, they say pictures is worth 1,000 words. Sometimes it's worth 1,000 lying words. That picture lied to me. That's just all it was too, because I really thought there was just one load there. I didn't think this was going to be a big deal today. But this turned into a pretty big project. I've lucked out the last two times I went and got firewood. First time I went to get firewood, I got this stuff just 12 miles away, and it kind of drizzled. It was really a cool day, and it drizzled. And so today was supposed to be in the 90s, and while I was over there, it stayed 83 degrees the entire time according to the thermometer in the truck. So it's been pretty cool today, so that's been a huge asset. One of the things that you need to consider when you're running around with a little 4-cylinder, now today's 4-cylinders, I got this in 2015, this thing is as powerful as a 6-cylinder that I owned in the 90s, actually more powerful. So these things are actually quite peppy. I mean, they do a really good job, don't get me wrong, but this is Chevy Colorado 2015. They make them in diesel now. I've really been proud of this truck, but one of the things you need to watch out for is your transmission temperature. That's what harms your truck. These Nomads, they're always having problems with their transmissions. It's because they're overheating the transmissions, I can assure you. You got to keep your transmission probably 170 degrees. When you stop for long periods of time, make sure you put it in park or neutral, because if you're sitting there idle in drive, that it's heating up because the fluid is still pumping, so put it in park and drive. The other thing is we live in this hilly area. You got to really watch what you're doing when you're going up the hill. You don't want to really just rev up your engine and try to keep the speed up. You actually want to go down a hill, you know, max out about 60 miles an hour, because you don't want to go too fast, because then you'll blow out your tires because you're so heavy. And then when you come up the next hill, just kind of coast up it. but never get your transmission to shift into a higher gear. Just let it run up and slowly peak up to the top. That way you got wind blowing underneath the truck, keeping the transmission cool like it's supposed to be. The whole way home, I kept it at 142 degrees, I think the max I got it. It takes practice, but we've had a lot of practice with that camper on the back of this truck. Tomorrow we'll go get another load. That'll be 3 loads of firewood in just over a week. 1 truckload is 1/3 of a cord, so that'll be a full cord. 3 truckloads is a full cord. That'll get us close to being having this area here completely full. That'll be 10 cords there. In the spring last year, people were just giving away firewood, and they didn't do it this year, so it was really concerning me that nobody was giving away free firewood. You know, people cut down their trees and they don't want to pay the tree trimmer all that cash. They'll just give it away. She gave it away. I come over for free and take it, so save her a ton of money and I get free firewood. Well, that just didn't happen this year. Well, all of a sudden now, here it is August and people are starting to give away. My guess is last year, pandemic was starting right around springtime, so everybody was cleaning up their yards and didn't have anything to do. Well, this year, it's getting ready to turn into fall and they want to get these trees out of the way before winter hits. The nice thing about this year though, is it's hot enough that nobody wants to go get it. If you just endure the heat and get it now, there's plenty of firewood. But in the wintertime, there isn't any. So I hope I can inspire you to plan ahead so you can live your dream. Thanks for watching.